Hello everyone, I'm Chimley Gavin, and today I'm going to talk about shares, treasury bills and mutual funds briefly. So what's a share? A share is a unit of ownership of a company. So let's say you are building something, you can use different bricks. So in that context, we can use bricks as a share. It means just part of that building. So when you buy a share, it means you have bought part of that company. Who is a stockbroker? This is a regulated professional individual usually associated with a brokerage firm or broker-dealer who buys and sells stocks and other securities for both retail and institutional clients through a stock exchange in return for a fee or commission. So majorly when I talk about stockbrokers, these are the people that can help you to buy shares. They can help individuals, can help organizations or clubs to buy shares from companies that are selling their shares. And in Uganda here we have Uganda Securities at Crescent Towers opposite Serena Hotel. We have Day and Blair around Central Police Station. We have Crescent Capital around Parliament Avenue. We have Equity Stockbrokers in Kololo. Those are the stockbrokers. They help to buy these shares. However, they don't do it for free. There's a commission you have to pay them. It's a small fee. Who is a shareholder? A shareholder is anyone who owns shares of a company. And if you own shares of a company, of course you become a shareholder in that company. As long as you own the shares, it means you're a shareholder in that company. What is a stock or securities exchange? This is a market where shares and other financial commodities, i.e. treasury bills, are traded. So when I talk about a securities exchange, it means where companies, a market where companies are selling their shares or other people are buying their shares. Measure that is a security exchange, and that's where you could find the companies that are listed and which other things like treasury bills or mutual funds that are also listed so that you can participate in. What is a securities central depository? That is SCD system. This is where securities belonging to a shareholder are deposited. The SCD account acts as a bank for securities for the shareholder. When we talk about an SCD system, that is a security central depository system, it's like a bank account. However, this is a share account. In case you have bought your shares, this is where the shares will be appearing, the number of shares you own, and in case you've sold, they will be reducing, and in case you buy more, they will be increasing. So they will be working with you throughout your process of buying these shares. The companies listed on our Uganda Securities Exchange include the following. We have Stanbic Bank, we have Bank of Baroda, we have Separate Chemicals, DFCU Group, Uganda Clays Limited, New Vision Limited, British American Tobacco Uganda, Insurance, National Insurance Corporation, Umeme, and the recent one, MTN Uganda. These are local companies, it means that these are the companies that are here in Uganda. And for you to invest in these Ugandan companies, you need a minimum of 50,000 Ugandan shillings. And they also what you call cross-listed companies. These are companies that are listed both in Uganda and in other countries. Now, for example, listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange, this is in Kenya. So these are the companies. We have Kenya Commercial Bank, KCB Bank, Equity Group Holdings Limited, Jubi Holdings Limited, East Africa Breweries Limited, Centum Investments Limited, National Media Group, Kenya Airways, and Uchumi Supermarkets. So far, those are the companies that are listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Yes, some of you may be asking why you should actually be having these shares. Why should you buy shares from these companies? So these are the benefits of you buying shares from these companies. First of all, there's what we call dividends. This is money paid to shareholders by companies holding shares. So dividends majorly when a company makes profits, they can decide to pay certain percentage of their profits to their shareholders, and usually you receive this money on your bank account annually once in a year. Secondly, there is what called profitable returns or capital gains when shares are sold at a higher price than which they were purchased. Capital gains majorly, now let's say MTN Uganda share price, you bought it at 200 shillings and you priced it to 300 shillings. When you sell it off at 300 shillings, it means you are making a profit of 100 shillings per share you bought at 200 shillings. Measure those are the capital gains. When you go to collateral, these shares can be used as your collateral. For example, Orient Bank can take shares as your collateral so that you can get a loan. Also, when you're a shareholder, you have voting rights in these companies. You can go attend the annual general meetings, and when you attend these annual general meetings, you can vote for different issues depending on what you are interested in. And these shares are a form of saving. When you get this money and you put it in a company, it's a form of your saving. And in the long run, you find stock markets can beat inflation. So meaning you rather save you rather invest in shares of a company rather than in a savings bank that can give you an interest rate that is less than the inflation rate here in Uganda. And when there's also what called rights issue, it's also a benefit. This is an offer of new shares to existing shareholders in proportion to shares already held. So a company can decide to add you more shares, or in case instead of paying you dividends, can decide to just add you more shares. That's a benefit to a shareholder also. There's also what called a bonus issue. This is an offer of new shares to existing shareholders at no additional cost in proportion to shares already owned. Bonus issue can be a company can just decide to add you as a benefit to their share. They can just decide to give you some extra shares from their company. Mainly those are the advantages of why you should own these shares.